1000万 MLB 翻訳侍戦士チャンネルへようこそ。クレイトン・カーショウが見事な投球を披露し、チームに勝利をもたらしました。6回無失点の好投で遠征を勝ち越しで終えることができました。さらに大谷翔平選手が39号ホームランを放つなど見どころ満載の試合となりました。それでは今回はこちらを詳しく解説している番組をご紹介いたします。ご意見やご感想などありましたらコメント欄までお待ちしています。この動画が面白いと思っていただけましたら高評価、チャンネル登録をお願いします。ぜひ最後までご覧ください。
Hello everyone, welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers. Kelvin Washington alongside my guys Jerry Harrison Jr., Dontrell Willis. I'll tell you what, you win the series. They're able to go 4-3 on this road trip. You got Kershaw look good, long outing for him, 6 innings for Kersh on Kersh Day. We'll start with you, Jay Hare. What did you like from this team? Was it the ability, again, was it simply just Kershaw setting the tone?
Well, Kershaw definitely set the tone. 6 strong innings from Clayton Kershaw. We talked about him being effective using all his pitches. I just love that he continues to compete. And really good place to hit in St. Louis, especially day game. He kept that offense at bay. Great job, Kershaw. And the Dodgers found a way to win. Kopech, outstanding job closing out the 9th.
You know what? Clayton went at that ball game like it was a postseason matchup. You saw the intensity. You saw the mound presence. He was efficient. He pitched to contact. He kept his defense in it, and they had a rhythm. And so there was an urgency in that locker room and really on that field. They needed this ball game to feel good about themselves going back to Chavez Ravine because, like I said earlier in the pregame show, they have a ton of big-time matchups. They're going to see a lot of talented arms on that mound. So this was a good win all around for the ball club.
Yeah, coming into the game, only a 2-game lead against the Padres in the division. So as you mentioned, every game is going to count. They were able to get 9 hits today. A third of them came from this guy, Miguel Rojas, with David Vassegh now. All right, Dodgers get the win indeed, and he has been hitting the bat well again. They got 3 hits today. I want to go back, guys, to Clayton Kershaw again. We already know what he means to this team from a leadership, but also from a performance standpoint as well. And he was able to do that today again. 6 innings, only 4 hits, no earned runs, couple of Ks. How important was this? I'll go to you, D-Train, just from a standpoint of continuing to get his juices flowing, coming back out here, getting ready for the rest of the season, hopefully into the postseason. How important are days like this?
Well, you know, it's the start before. For him to be able to shut down Milwaukee, that's a first-place ball club. That shit shockwaves because now all of a sudden the rest of the ball club's like, Clayton's back. The velo was there. Everything plays off the velocity. The whooper-duper was right and early. I mean, I love to see that, being able to change eye level, but really, it's old-school mentality of pitching. Pitch to contact. You have athletes all over the diamond. Be efficient, and he was efficient, and he wasn't allowing Sonny Gray as the opposing starting pitcher to settle in. Every time Sonny Gray got a sip of water, it was strike 3 or out number 3. He had to get back on the mound. There's something to be said about that, and so I thought this is the best I've seen Clayton Kershaw over the last 2 seasons. That's how efficient he was, and he's pitching to contact, and what that does to you, it opens up the whole plate. He's throwing strikes to all quadrants of that strike zone. It's really fun to watch, and if he continues to pitch like this, he's going to be in the postseason full because he's going to be a big game leader, and he's somebody that's not afraid of anybody, and I love what I see from Clayton Kershaw thus far.
Really fun to watch. The velo for him was there, meaning 90 to 91. But the biggest thing for him is attacking the strike zone, commanding the strike zone. Nothing in the middle of the plate.
Nothing.
Nothing in the middle of the plate. And it's frustrating as a hitter. Look at him chase right there. That curveball was up at the top of the zone and then darts out of the zone. Here, weak contact, double play ball. These guys have to swing the bat because he's throwing strikes, but he's throwing his strikes, meaning corners, down, and then elevated fastball. Here, getting the weak contact to induce that double play ball to get out of that jam. But even those hits he gave up in that inning to just kind of start the jam were soft hits. They were not hit hard. Listen, velocity is cool. Everybody would love to throw 97 to 100 miles an hour. But if you're not commanding it, if you're throwing it in the middle of the plate, hitters would prefer velocity in the middle of the plate or behind the count, 3-1, 2-1. I want to hit that guy. But if it's a guy like a Clayton Kershaw, different shapes to his breaking ball, will cut it, will sink it, will keep it down. That's difficult to square up, and that's why you saw the success. He pitched today. When you're pitching, it's tough to hit.
You know what? There's something I need to say. I hope Bobby Miller was really watching this today, because Bobby Miller has max velocity like you just talked about, but sometimes he misses within the strike zone. Clayton Kershaw did a good job being efficient and living on the edges. And you don't have to be 97, 98, 99. You can keep that in your back pocket if you're Bobby Miller. Also, the second factor and a component, the first 10 batters of the game for Clayton Kershaw, he was 10 for 10 for first pitch strikes. That's something else that Bobby Miller needs to watch as well. So you don't have to be 99 to 100 in the strike zone every single time, Bobby. You can be 95 to 97 down in the zone, set the hitter up, be able to throw that get me over breaking ball. So now the hitter has not seen your best pitch until you need to wipe him out. And that's the bottom line. So this was a tutorial today from Clayton Kershaw, how to pitch and how to stay in the big leagues for a very long time. It was phenomenal today.
I tell you what, as a hitter walking up the plate, knowing you're going to get a fastball middle of the plate if you see 3 pitches, it is a tremendous feeling. But walking to the plate, facing a guy like Clayton Kershaw or facing a guy like a Roy Halladay back in the day, you may walk up there 3 times, you may not get anything in the middle of the plate. That is frustrating as a hitter. That's why you're seeing a lot of guys swinging early on Clayton Kershaw, especially when he's rolling, because, man, I don't want to get behind because nothing's going to be in the middle of the plate. Down, corners, good movement, that's pitching.
That's why he is who he is. So you love seeing him out here, and hopefully this is kind of a sign of what to see from him the rest of the season. We're going to head back to the booth and check in one final time with Steven and Oral.
So good. Third, short, second, and first in the infield.
All right, this is who you called right here, D-Train. Shohei.
And I called the pitch. Haven't you seen my movies? I told you, I knew he was going to go to that slider. Shohei knew, and he caught too much of the plate. As soon as Shohei recognized that mid-flight, elongated that swing and stood up on him, and he's strong enough to be able to top spin a baseball out of any ballpark in America. But I called that 2-0 Shohei.
You did right there. 39th homer of the... All right, Carl Jr., moment of the game. Jerry, it is Shohei's 39th home run. He is rolling. We've been talking about how he's getting closer and closer to this 40-40, 40 stolen bases, 40 home runs. He has been, of course, just spectacular all season long.
Incredible offensive player, great power, great speed. 39 bombs in the show. We needed this one today.
For sure. And you called it, D-Train. I mean, it's just remarkable what he continues to do. Sometimes you forget how much of an athlete he is with those stolen bases, too. All right, Clayton Kershaw had himself a day as well. He is with David Vassegh in the media now.
Clayton, can you just describe how sharp you felt out there? And did you feel it from the very first inning that you had your stuff?
I don't know. I mean, I think, yeah, I felt fine today. You know, I think there was some misses that I'd like to have back, but you know, they were swinging a lot and putting the ball on the ground. So thankfully got some big double plays, and you know, we had basically four shortstops behind me in the infield. So just they were hitting them to him. So that was a good recipe.
You had a lot of ground ball outs. Is that a sign that that's something that you want?
No, I mean better than fly balls, but yeah, not a. You know, I don't really worry how you get the outs. You just try to get the outs as best you can. And today there was, you know, it was early contact, a lot of ground balls. So it was kept the pitch count down, which was good, and you know, gave us what we needed today.
You and Barnes are usually in sync, but it seemed like you could really tell today that you guys were definitely in sync.
Yeah, Barnesy does a great job. You know, does a lot of things, gets beat up back there, and you know, just tough as they come. And you know, that was a big throwing that guy out there in that inning was big for me, and kept the pitch count down there. And yeah, you don't shake off a lot and just get in rhythm and keep going.
I know you've been out of rehab for a while now, but like, how much do you sort of feel like yourself pre-surgery?
Honestly, I don't even remember like what it felt like to not have your shoulder hurt. So it's nice, you know. I wake up and everything feels good, shoulder feels good. So it's a good feeling.
Were you? Is that the first time this season maybe you pledged your case to go back out for the 7th?
I was good with whatever. You know, Doc knows that I'm good to keep pitching, and so you know, whatever he thinks.
Efficiency is important to you. 70 pitches and 6 scoreless. I mean, that seems like not many guys can do that these days.
Well, 6 scoreless is the most important thing, whether it takes 70 or 200. You know, as long as you get through 6 scoreless, that's a good day, and it's better to be efficient than not. So that's the goal.
Thank you.
Playing Kershaw right now because he's pitching to the postseason.
We have needed him. It's amazing. Kersh continues to amaze, and shame on me. you know, and shame on a couple of us, but it's good for him to continue to pitch the way he's pitching. He is fun to watch and getting guys out in different ways.
Right, and you love to see it. And as you mentioned, it's been needed, too, with all the injuries and guys going down. All right, Dave Roberts is with David Vassegh and the media right now.
Dave, how remarkable is it to witness what Kershaw has done this season and the way he pitched today, considering the long road back?
It's been fun to watch, to be on this ride with Clayton. Obviously, it was a big win as far as the road trip, the game in itself. And he stepped up and does what he seems to always do. When his back is against the wall, our team, you know, he steps up. And today, I thought he mixed well. He commanded the fastball really well to both sides of the plate. And I thought Austin was great tonight with him, today with him. And, you know, we got a lot of weak contact, was allowed for him to be efficient and get through 6 innings. And so, you know, we went to the pen. I felt good about the guys, and then also coming out of this one for Clayton to be strong for the next one. So I think, you know, in totality, it was fantastic.
You guys only scored 2 runs, but you put a lot of pressure and made Sonny Gray throw a lot of pitches. Was that significant in itself to get him out of the game early?
It was good. You know, I thought we did a good job, you know, as a group to put pressure, take good at-bats, get hits, take some walks, and we just couldn't situation a couple times that I thought we had a chance to, you know, give us a little bit more breathing room. But that's baseball. They still have to make pitches and, you know, make pitches with stress. And but it was just good that, you know, we played solid defense. It was just a really good baseball game. And obviously, Miggy continues to get big hits, and Mookie had a nice day. So just across the board, really good.
What does it say about Kershaw and what he means to your team, even at this stage of his career? I mean, there were a lot of new acquisitions to help stabilize your rotation, and he seems, now that he's back, to be that guy again.
I think it's a message to everyone, as far as you're not always going to be feeling your best, and you still got to go out there and find a way to perform and help the ball club win. And so, you know, certainly for the young guys that, you know, with the stuff he's going out there, you know, it's not 95, 97, but with the command, the grit to you know, throw strikes, to get ahead of hitters, you know, you can go out there and still pitch deep into a game. So I think that's something that, you know, all of our guys need to take note of.
Dave, is Kopech okay physically, or was his velo a sign of a little fatigue?
He's gassed. You know, he's gassed. So, you know, I'm going to give him a couple days to reset. But, you know, how he was used in Chicago, certainly different. There's a lot more intensity here. So all of that kind of is playing to that. He's healthy. He's just gassed. But it was a big outing for us. Another good one.
Is he a closer now?
We'll see, Mike.
How strange was it kind of not having Kershaw run as often over the first 12 months of the season? How much of a boost does it give everyone, you know, having him every 5th day? Just kind of take them.
It's big. I think that it's not easy for a player to take on the responsibility of being a stopper, to go deep into a game, to manage stress a couple times and to keep going. And so it's just, you've got to be able to experience it, go through it, and be able to be that guy. And I think everyone wants to be that guy, but you're not until you do it, and you continue to do it. So that's something Clayton's done his entire career.
Dave, you have a winning
success to another Gavin Stone, who has been having success. He's going to be on the mound tomorrow. You're talking about, we had him earlier. We did a little piece with him. 10 wins already. He said, anytime I go out there, I try to get a win for this team, and he knows what he means to this team. D-Train, coming out, what do you expect from him pitching for us tomorrow?
More of the same. He's a guy that's not afraid of the big moment. He pitches with a hidden chip on his shoulder, and he throws strikes, and that changeup will be there all day long. They're going to need him to continue to stay healthy and pitch well all the way into the postseason.
And Jay Hare, the homestand. I was just going to say
deep in
that.
the ball game. Hopefully he does homestand. Justin Turner. Huge applause tomorrow night.
Oh, he deserves it for sure. For the whole crew, for Jerry, Dontrell, David Vassegh, Kelvin Washington, folks, game tomorrow. Enjoy it.
今回の動画はいかがでしたか？ぜひご意見ご感想をコメント欄までお願いいたします。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーの最新情報など海外の番組の翻訳をお届けしています。面白いと思っていただけましたら、よかったら高評価とチャンネル登録をお願いします。どんな情報をお届けしたら喜んでいただけるか、ぜひお聞かせください。それではまた次回の動画でお会いいたしましょう。